Guys, welcome to another exciting episode with us. Charlie J, what's up?
Charlie, blessed.
Yeah, Babim.
It's all about
Today we've
blessing.
come with another news.
More blessings.
There's a lot of things happening in the country. But before we go on, this episode is proudly sponsored by Cocoa Pine. Vita Cocoa Pine. If you are still looking for that fresh natural juice with no additive for your family to live long, when you are back from the gym, when you are going to the gym, when you are doing your run up on the mountain,
Right.
if you need something refreshing, natural, and healthy to boost your energy, then Vita Cocoa Pine is here. Jay, give them the numbers.
So the WhatsApp is 02055120001. 02055120001, and the call line is 0538 616 466. 0538 616 466. Yeah.
Right. So let's not waste much time. Let's dive into today's topic. Government endorses 5-year presidential term, and then the age limit to become president has now shifted from 40 to 35 years. Now let's take it one after the other. Let's take it from the presidential term. So our Attorney General, Dr. Dominic Ayine, who is also the Minister for Justice, had a briefing, and then he said that government has endorsed this, or government has given its backing with this. So the Constitution Review Committee brought it before them, and then he's saying that the government now has given that yes, that 5-year term backing.
So meaning the government is in support.
Yes, the government is in support if the proposal should be passed in Parliament.
Well, first of all, the government is you and I.
Okay.
So whether they support it or not, they have to do their work. You understand? Now, this 5-year term thing has a two-phase.
Okay. Yes, I initially wanted us to look at the advantages and disadvantages.
Right.
Obviously, everything has. So let's look at the disadvantages of this.
Well, clearly, personally, I feel that first of all, the disadvantages, in my opinion, is less.
Okay.
Because 5-year term is enough for us to hold you accountable for. I mean, it's far enough. 4-year term, 4-year term, people or the past administrations have complained. Both in the NDC and in the NPP, they've complained about it being short for them to deliver what they promised Ghanaians and all. So I feel 5-year term, I mean, there's an additional 1 year to it for you to strive to do your best that you can. We know they can't give us everything within, like they can't build castles and heavens for us within some short frame. But I feel 5-year is, I mean, half a decade. Half a decade. You should be able to tell us what you've done for your people. So personally, I feel 5-year is cool because 4 years. 4 years ni
4 years. But let me ask you this: there's been instances where certain parties or certain governments have sat in power more than 16 years, and then we didn't see any better outcome. We are all in this country. We didn't see any better outcome. So do you think being in power for 5 years as a term is what is going to change something?
So like I said, these people, we can't expect them to build heavens for us.
But I feel it's us not having that expectations is what will make them do what they are doing.
So it also will depend on the kind of governance that was being administrated at that time. You see, for example, when your country is in distress, or your country is facing a serious, let me say, war, you don't expect the country to just rebuild itself within some short time.
Yes, yes. You
But
don't expect Rome to be built
within a day.
Yes.
But also there can be significant things you can do to show that with some added time you can do something. So like I said, we can't just per how we are being governed and the trend. We the Ghanaian people do not believe that this country can change within a short time,
But
because
we've
of
come a long way. Next year, Ghana is 70.
you
And
see,
we've gone through so many phases as a country. We've gone through democratic rule, we've gone through military rule, we've gone through coup d'etats and a whole lot. Next year, Ghana is 70. Some have sat on 10 years, 16 years. We didn't see any significant changes.
So like I said, it depends on the kind of governance. You see, let me use the late Excellency Flight Jeremy Rollins issue.
Yes.
Let me use his as a case. This is a man who thought and had a vision, and the vision was to come for the vulnerable people. Was to come and save the vulnerable people. The vision was to clamp down, how do you call it, corruption.
Okay.
Yes, within the high class and the so-called. You understand? So he being a military ruler, I will side with him if he hasn't been able to develop the country in at that pace that we wanted it. You understand? Because aside everything, after or during his time, there was some sense of discipline. Now we can tell that the sense of discipline has declined.
Yes, you can't compare it to then, because then was a military rule.
You see,
and now
so
we are in a democratic rule.
does it mean that the fact that we are in a democratic rule, we should lose our minds, or our discipline status should decline? No, you understand. So I will side with him on that fact. He did some few developments, you understand, but he didn't have that capacity that some people got in recent times and messed it up. You understand? The Western system was against him. There was no funding. He was generating money from his own country to develop his own
But
country.
do you have evidence to back the fact that
That
you are claiming that the Western was against him and then there was no
all
money?
the odds were showing. All the odds. Because, you took the country by coup d'etat, and the Westerners were your
Ops,
yeah, you understand. I wouldn't mention certain names, but we knew and we read. You understand? We've had people who witnessed it, so it's not as if it was done within some context and some people didn't see it. It was all over. You see, so he had a lot of challenges, but for the fact that he instilled discipline into the lives of people, and at that time corruption was cut
So
down.
are you trying to say that the 5-year term is good? Because we need it to instill discipline, not development.
No, you see, the two can work hand in hand. And this time around, we are not in a military governance.
So let's tackle the issue, or let's talk about the issue from a democratic
aspect.
Yes.
Okay.
I gave an example of coups and other stuff that happen, just for us to understand that this 5 years thing that is being proposed is not something that is new. We've had parties sit on for 16 years.
Yes.
We've had people even rule for 2 years. We've had people rule for 1 year. We've had people rule for 14 years. Did we see any significant change? That is what I want us to compare. If the committee is bringing back this, or the committee is proposing this, did we see any significant change in our country when we had rulers ruling for 14, rulers ruling for 16 years in our previous times?
You see, you can tell with your eyes. If you move around Ghana today, what do you see? How do you see it? How old is Ghana now? Or how old is Ghana going to be in the next
year? Ghana is
70 years.
70 years.
70 years, right? So if you walk around, you understand. That is why I was saying that the type of governance also played a major factor, because after Osagyefo Kwame Nkrumah, there was series of coups.
But when we look at Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, who even didn't have the chance to even rule for 5 years, and everything that Ghana can boast of now was done in his time. Most of the things we can boast of was done in his time. You think 5 years is what is going to let development come to this country?
So it's
Is it not a window for them to sit for long and then aloof for long?
So you see, then we could also say that all the 16 years and the how do you call it, the people who sat on for long, 16 years and more, they would have looted more than any other government. You understand? But in that case, if you could check, or if you check the records, the looting done during those days and compared to now is far different. Nowadays, the looting is even worse. You understand? So it's not just about the long term or the number of years that would determine whether democracy will work or not. It's about its effectiveness. I am saying 5 years is quite. It makes sense. 5 years makes sense in a sense. In 10 years, you can make two decisions. Your first 5 years, you see what's going on, and then your next 5 years. Because for 4 years, I mean, we keep complaining it's too small. Some people, I mean, majority of us say is,
but it's
too
not
small.
too small for corrupt cases.
You see, when it comes to that aspect too, it's up for conversation on another day. But right now, let's focus on. I feel we should focus on the benefits and not more.
Okay, so what are some of the benefits we are going to get if a party sits on for 5 years?
It's going to give them enough time to deliver. Enough time to deliver in the sense that you have 5 years.
But you sit on for 4 years, you don't do anything. And then you think it is the last 1 year that you are probably going to use it for campaign. And
so it's like 3 years.
I'm coming. You sit on for 4 years. And then within that 4 years, you've not done anything. Do you think it is that 1 year added that you are supposedly going to use it for campaign and other stuff is what is going to help you?
No, are you speaking from assumption, or you are talking about what?
But we are in this country where a party A comes to power and says that party B didn't do anything. Party C comes to power and says party Z didn't do anything within that 4 years.
So remember, as I was
that extra 1 year that probably we are all going to enter into campaign season, is that what is going to add up in? Is that what is going to cause any change
at least
in governance.
it will give them the time to reassess and then know
That
their
and what I'm
next.
saying is that last 1 year
Mm,
is obviously for campaigns.
so let's say you have 4 years to deliver and then 1 year to make campaign. But back then it was 3 years to deliver, 1 year for campaign. You understand? So it's technically short. 3 years to develop. I mean, it's
That's why I
short.
give an example that we've had
Mm,
Dr. Kwame Nkrumah,
mm,
who was even a more traveling president
mm,
because
mm,
those days he basically bear the
and
pains of
you also have
Africa.
to know. You also have to know back then, population wise, wasn't like this. So I mean, things wouldn't have been so excessively.
But Akosombo Dam, he built Akosombo Dam.
What was the capacity of it back
But
then?
now you are still using it in as much as your population has quadrupled compared to those days. But you are still
Oh, but
depending on it.
there's been. I mean, they've added more
Yes,
power.
but he opened it.
Yes, so one person has to come, open it, and then the rest need to, I mean,
But we've not
manage
seen
it.
anybody else come and say, "Oh, I'm taking electricity to most of the deprived areas. So let's build 3 of Akosombo dams."
You see, that matter we can't say it here because if we should begin that now, then I think somebody will say we have to give them the time and the chance to deliver on this particular issue. But if we can tell, most places in Ghana are enjoying the benefits of Akosombo Dam. More than 70%. Am I lying?
Yes.
You understand? So it's far better than what our brothers are experiencing in Nigeria. I mean, it's far better.